This is our compost that's screened through a 1/2-inch screener. We produce thousands of yards of this every year. It is a mid-level nutrient-rich compost, so there is a nutrient kick to the soils with nitrates and beneficial bacteria that come along with it. Hi, I'm Peter Mezitt, president of Weston Nurseries, and I'm out here today in our organic recycling yard. We call it the bulk yard, and I'm standing next to one of the products that we make, Weston's Best Compost, we call it. I'm a big user of this compost. I've used it all my life. You know, I can honestly say getting your lawn or your planting bed established with a good amount of compost, and a good amount meaning 2-3 inches incorporated into the top 6 to 8 inches, you've built a high organic growing medium for your lawn or for your planting beds. By putting this down as a base early on, you're going to notice very healthy roots and by extension very healthy plants, and you don't need as much fertilizer. And also the physical benefits of putting the compost in is you don't need to water as much. Compost naturally will hold on to water, sandy soils in particular, where the water might go right through. This soils will retain the water in periods of prolonged droughts, which we've been tending to get a lot of. My plants get through these drought periods much better because I put a heavy amount of compost into my sandy soils, which I happen to have at my house. If you have clay soils, it's very similar. This compost is what you want to use to loosen the bulk density of the clay. It'll actually help the water get through that topsoil layer a little better so it doesn't get too wet. One of the most important things we tell our customers to do is to get into their soils and know what they have for soils. When it's too much on the sandy side or too much on the clayey side, you want to use compost either way, because either way it's probably not going to have a lot of organic matter into the soils. Typically when homes are built, especially in the last 30 or 40 years, the developer takes the soil off and leaves about 3 or 4 inches, and that's it. So you need to dig down into your soils, know what you have, even bring a sample into us so that when we sell plants out of our garden centers, we can recommend the right amount of supplemental soil amendments to go into your existing soils. And I think there's a lot to be said for putting the money into the ground so that your plants are healthy for years to come. If there is just a small area that you want to improve your soils, we sell bags of compost, and we actually sell this bulk compost in a reusable, refillable bag with handles on it out of our garden centers, and we also sell sealed plastic bags of Coast of Maine or Fafford or Espoma out of the 3 companies we work with. Let's go take a look at the compost work in progress compost that we're making right now. So all this material comes in from local landscaping companies in the area. We have about 40, maybe even more than that, maybe 50 landscape companies that pay an annual fee, and they get the best price to be able to offload their organic byproducts from their landscaping jobs. And this is a lot of the grass from the lawn maintenance companies, tree trimmings that are small. You have to bring it in clean. We don't want to see the woody stuff mixed with the compostable stuff. We also really monitor it closely so we don't see any plastic, metal, or certainly glass. Glass is the big no-no because it ends up in the finished product. So we really are strict when it comes to what you can bring here. It has to be purely organic in these waste streams that I mentioned. So it breaks down substantially as this feedstock. You can see some of the grass and the hay here in this case, the leaves. It's already hot. Right now it's nice and warm. It's kind of cold out. I kind of like it. But what we do is we have this mixture and we make sure that the moisture is right where it should be. You don't want it too wet. It usually won't get too wet, but you don't want it too dry. So we'll turn this manually with a front end loader after a heavy rain typically to get some of that water mixed back into the middle. We use the windrow method of composting. These are long rows, probably about 200-300 feet long. We probably form about 6 or 8 of these every fall when the leaves come in and the grass is mixed in with it. So we turn the piles every 3 to 4 weeks to keep the piles aerobic and introduce beneficial bacteria that in turn break down the organic matter. So the leaves and the grass mixture take about 9 to 10 months to break down into this finished compost product that you see here. It takes the outer layers, which aren't composting down as much because it's not as hot here as it is when you put your hand 2 feet in, and introducing some fresher stuff into the middle. and it'll then heat up even more. And what we look for is about 3 days in a row of 165 degrees. That's hot, Fahrenheit. And we'll temperature probe this, and once it's achieved that, we can turn anytime after that and flip it in so the outside gets more into the middle, and we work both sides of these windrows. By doing that, the material on the outside gets in the inside, killing all the weed seeds and introducing some fresher carbon into the older, more broken down material in the middle. So it's a weed-free product, which we're very happy to be able to say. This product is also properly composted. The USDA has a service that comes out and asks us questions. We fill out surveys and we tell them what we do, and they've allowed this compost to be certified for use in organic food production, which we're very proud of. That has too much grass, but it's probably just on the outside. This has the proper kind of look. This is last fall 2024 leaves, already broken down substantially, and that's because there's a lot of grass, which brings the nitrogen in with the leaves, which are more the carbon source. You need a carbon to nitrogen ratio of about 30-to-1 to maximize the decomposition of your organic matter, which is really the carbon being broken down, and the grass provides more of the nutrient kick to help the biological activity develop to break the carbon down. You can see this.
Holy hell.
Yeah.
Is that really warm?
Yeah. Stick your hand in there. So I like the smell of breaking down organic matter, decomposing organic matter. Some people say, oh, I don't like it, but it's a very earthy smell. You know when you're not doing it right, because then it does get to be a bad smell. If it goes anaerobic, there's not enough air in the pile, or there's too much moisture, not enough oxygen, and you break into that pile, it can smell nasty. And actually, that's probably getting into some methane gas, which you don't want to do. This is offsetting a little bit of carbon dioxide with the decomposition period, which is much better than methane. And that doesn't smell bad at all. So here we're looking at compost that was probably fall 2023's leaves that were probably done last year, but we just didn't screen all of it. So this is unscreened compost. You can see the big pieces that still need to be screened out so that people can use it and not have this in their finished product. So we'll be screening this in another month or so. Yeah, I mean, you could almost use this product as is, but it does have some big pieces that need to be screened out. But this is thoroughly composted, unscreened compost. It's not heating up as much anymore because it's gone through its rapid decomposition phases. Stick my hand in here, it's not generating steam, it's not very hot. But we'll let this dry out a little bit, probably screen this in June or July.